Well, GLM 5.1 just came out, this new Chinese open source model. It launched about a day ago, and it looks like it has a lot of potential. So as always, we are going to analyze it for game development, put it through some tests, and see how well it works. As you can see in artificial analysis, it is scoring 51 intelligence points, which is pretty high. The speed is also good, and the price is a bit high for a Chinese model, but it is not one of the most expensive ones either. In the global model ranking, as you can see, it sits right behind GPT 5.5 and Claude Fable 5, which, as you know, Fable 5 has been disabled by the United States government. So, in theory, we are talking about one of the smartest models to date. Opus 4088 does not appear here, but it is tied with GPT 5.5. So that gives you an idea. And why do I say in theory? Because as we know, these charts do not always represent reality that accurately. There are even people who suspect and say that some Chinese models might be trained specifically to score well on these benchmarks. I'm honestly not an AI expert, and I do not know if that is true. What I do know is that we can put it to the test and see what it is capable of. So, as always, I'm going to create a new Unity project to test it in case you do not know. As you can see here, my own template appears. This is a template I created myself with the packages that I consider necessary to use Unity directly with AI. It comes with the Unity MCP and a few other packages. You can find this template on my Patreon, which is in the description. As you can see, just by opening the Unity project, the MCP opens automatically, and I have everything configured without doing anything manually. I have decided that to test GLM 5.2, I am going to put it through the same test I used on Fable 5 the other day. If you have not seen that video, I invite you to check it out. In that video, Fable 5 created a pretty spectacular Vampire Survivors clone. So let's see what result we get with this task. I'm going to import the same Kenney assets. Alright, once the models are imported, which are some characters and weapons, I'm going to open the project in OpenCode. You already know that I always use OpenCode for Chinese models. I think it is a great tool, and they have a very good $10 subscription. I pasted the same prompt. It is a pretty detailed prompt where I ask it to create a Vampire Survivors clone. I tell it that this is a Unity project and that it has the MCP available. I also give it instructions to create a new scene and to test everything before delivering it, so the user should not have to configure anything. I'm going to delete the part where I ask it to do visual validation because this model does not accept images, so it will not be very useful for it to take screenshots of the scene. Alright, after about half an hour, it looks like it has finished. We have the UI set up. As you can see, it did not place the text very well, but this is a quick fix. As I said before, this model does not accept images, and for this type of creative work, I think that is a pretty negative point, because Claude and GPT rely a lot on that to validate that what they are doing actually looks good. After fixing the title manually, let's press play. Right away, I can already see that there are particles and materials that are not configured correctly, and they appear pink. The animations are not working either, or maybe it did not even add them. The enemies do walk toward the player, and I can see that there are different types of enemies. When I kill them, I see that they stay floating there for a few seconds and then disappear. I guess that is meant for the death animation, although it does not work. I see that it added some orbs that the enemies drop, and when I pick them up, we level up, and it gives me weapon upgrades. That was one of the requirements. The UI is pretty poor. It simply put the text in white. I will be showing you on screen the UI that Claude made, which was pretty impressive, and it was also animated when you leveled up and everything. Also, it did not balance the progression very well. There comes a point where I have so many upgrades that the enemies cannot even get close to me. But honestly, I do not think that is too serious. That would just be a matter of testing and balancing. I'm going to tell it that the blood particles do not really look like blood and to fix a couple of other things too. Alright, with this second prompt, it looks like we have something a bit more decent. I can see the shooting particles, the projectile, and the blood actually looks like blood. I also want to review a little bit how it configured the scripts for the inspector. I can see that it looks quite similar to what Claude did. Maybe it is not the most professional approach, but we have a list where we can assign prefabs for the enemies, and from there we can configure health, speed, damage, and other gameplay variables. That is correct. I probably would not have done it like this because it is not very scalable, and for a real game we would end up with hundreds of enemies here, and it would be very hard to find them. It is always better to use Unity scriptable objects or prefabs directly. The rest looks pretty good. I do not want to go too deep into the code details either. Now let's try to make it fix the animations. Alright, it was going down a path I did not like, so I stopped it first. It thought the issue was that the characters have an avatar, which also does not make too much sense because I'm not using humanoid. And then it started changing things in the assets, but really the solution is simpler. It just did not set the animations to loop correctly, so the character gets stuck in the idle animation all the time. Alright, it looks like now it made the changes I asked for, and as you can see, the animations work, the enemies run and die. But I can see that something is weird with the player animation. Also, it looks like it broke something in the animator, and when I kill an enemy, it sticks to the player and I drag it around. Very strange. Also, as you can see, the game over screen has a few errors, but functionally, it is fine. Well, I'm going to leave the test here. I do not want to dig too much into solving this. Just so you have a point of reference, ignore the time shown there because I stopped halfway through, but it took around 40 minutes in total. It spent around $7 in total, which is pretty expensive for a Chinese model. But still, we are talking about a model that, on a technical level, was able to solve quite a few of the challenges we gave it. Maybe the part where it failed the most was the visual side, because if it could see images, it could have detected the issue with the material and also the animations. You have to keep in mind that these types of tests are not the most realistic either. In a real environment, you're not going to ask it to do every task all at once, but it is true that it is a good way to measure them by trying to push them to the limit. For example, Claude stands out massively in this type of task. Visually, I do not know how Anthropic trains Claude, but it genuinely has good taste. If an AI can have any kind of taste, but it does try to make things look good before presenting them to the user. You also have to keep in mind that this GLM 5.2 is around 4 times cheaper than Claude in price per token. I recommend that you try it in your day-to-day work, and let me know in the comments what you think about it for other types of tasks. For me, the image limitation is the most critical factor, but in terms of code quality, I think it is not bad at all. Chinese models are still far from competing with Claude and GPT, but they are already a pretty valuable alternative. And remember, my Patreon is in the description in case you want to support me. I hope the video was useful. You can leave a like and subscribe. See you next time.